I don't know if you guys heard earlier, but they were joking about 100 years from now, all of your cryogenically frozen heads will be wheeled out onto stage for another reunion. All right, Paul, starting with you. Everyone knows your career as a comedian. Mad About You, fabulous show that you were on. When you first started training as an actor, was comedy mostly the only thing you really cared about, or was drama something that you really had a lot of value in wanting to do?
I was a comedian first, and the first job I ever had was Diner, and it was an interesting thing because I had at the time, the first time I was studying acting, and I was trying to be so clever, and I had this audition for Diner, and I went there and I was going to read the script, and I was going to be all actory. And the director said, "No, we don't do that here. We want like as if you're a guy having coffee." I went, "Yeah, that's what I was doing up to the acting class." Okay. But this was a thrill. When I read this script, I thought, wow, this is really unbelievable. And it's not the kind of movie that I would naturally be considered for. So I was pretty excited. And you know, it was the kind of script, I'm sure you guys had this experience. When you read the script, you just know, you can see the movie, which is very rare. Wow, this reads just like a movie. So I know, okay, my part's this big, just don't mess up the whole thing.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I answered your question, but that's what I said.
Hey, that's good. So I will take that. Because actually, other than, were there other dramatic roles that came after Aliens that you enjoyed?
Yeah, I did some stuff that wasn't comedic, but none that were frightening like this.
Yes.
Guys leaking milk out of their fingers.
I can call you the bad guy in the film, yes?
No, you say bad, I say misunderstood.
Okay. Touche, sir. Touche.
If doing your best to keep the company's policies in line,
yes,
and maximize profit, if that's bad, then okay.
No. Okay. You were a Wayland-Yutani company man. That's what you were. That's correct? Okay. I stand corrected. You were misunderstood.
Thank you.
Okay. You did a very, very good job playing misunderstood. I would just want to say that. Yes. Come on now. And also, I think the fact that these guys went through weeks of training, hanging out, and you coming in, it sort of.
I was jealous. Because they first of all, they were together for a couple of weeks.
Right.
And they had all these fun toys and guns and patent clips and things, and I had a little notebook and a pencil. Look at all the stuff they got. I got none of that. I wanted to be like that. Which I kind of thought that was in the back of Burke's head. It's like, oh, I'll never be like these guys. I'll have to do my damage some other way.
But it helped the on-screen dynamic, though, right? I mean, the juxtaposition, the fact that you were the outsider, right? The fact, that you didn't drink.
Yes, exactly. Yes. That they shunned me.
Socially. No.
They would shun me. To this day, look at them, none of them joined.
You know what?
That's how good these people are. They hold character for 30 years sometimes.
I just want to say.
That's what I choose to believe.
Paul. All you had to do, Paul, all you had to do was to knock on Mark and Rico's door and take a shower and pose off with them, and you would have been one of the guys. I'm telling you right now.
Well, the night is young.
Oh my God.
Lance, turning back to Hendrickson?
Yes. I know. Lance.
I was wondering if you were going to get around to me.
I'm coming over to you, buddy. I just want to say, I love Lance. I mean, I love all you guys here, but I love Lance Hendrickson.
I took that thing off.
Look at him. He's standing outside the box. He ripped the whole expo thing off his mic.
I know. I feel a little bit, like a hooker, if I have that.
You...
Did I say that out loud? Anyway,
why does that make you feel?
I'm not Bishop. I'm not Bishop. I'm an actor. Bishop would have never said that. Never.
Okay, so reading the script, Lance, you knew that you were going to be doing the infamous knife scene.
This is another script that Bill Paxton made sure I read. He called me once about Near Dark and said, I got this great Western,
And I said, really, Bill, what is it about? And he said, it's a vampire western. And I said, I'll call you soon. I'll talk to you soon, Bill. I hung up, you know, and then I found out it was a great script. Well, this script was great. And the first line in the script was, space, like the love of God, cold and remote. That's pretty brave. That's pretty brave. A lot of people would have put it down right about that. That's the first line. Where do we go from there?
Well, I just want to quickly just talk about the pipe scene when you're crawling through that claustrophobic.
Jim asked me, "Are you claustrophobic?" And I said, "I don't think so." And he said, "Well, would you mind crawling through this pipe?" And it was just barely enough to fit in, and it had a curve at the end, and that freaked me out. I mean, I got that far, and I went, "Just keep moving, man. Just keep moving."
Was you escaping the top? Did you have any outs?
No, there were no outs. And Jeanette, you welded me in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was freaky, because as the audience, we all thought, oh my gosh, he has no out now, right? He's welded in. If there is an alien in that pipe, he's done. Yeah, there's nothing that you can do about that, definitely. Okay, I have a little message here on the, boy, look at that, guys. Carrie ready now. Okay,
So we gotta move now.
we got the message, guys. Okay, so let's throw that clip on the screen, please, for the next actress to come out, please.
My name's Newt. Nobody calls me Rebecca except my brother. Affirmative. Ripley, she doesn't have bad names because she's just a piece of plastic. We always said there were no monsters. No real ones, but there are.
All right. Is that it?
They tell you kids that. Most of the time it's true. Oh God. Can I dream?
Yes, honey. I think we both can.
Put your hands together for Newt, Carrie Henn. Carrie just told me, you're not supposed to give away the secret that it says Carrie Henn now. Well, I'm sort of a statement, matter of fact guy, so I'm just really not.
But I do want to know, why'd you put me next to the guy who tried to kill me?
Oh!
You said tried to kill you.
He's just misunderstood. Yeah.
Unfortunate hardware.
So after this exhaustive, long search looking for some child actress to play Newt, they find you. And you had no acting experience whatsoever at the time. Just give us a little background of how that happened, please.
Well, my dad was in the Air Force, and we were stationed in England. And apparently James Cameron had looked all over the States and couldn't find what he was looking for. So he decided to go to Air Force and Army bases overseas. And they happened to come to my school. And I was eating lunch in the cafeteria. Usually I went home because I lived around the corner from it. And my mom wasn't there, so I actually was eating in the cafeteria that day. They took my picture, didn't think anything of it, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that's a bit odd.
I was like, okay, whatever. And then we got a call just saying, hey, we should be interested in trying out for a movie. So my parents said, do you want to? So my reaction was kind of, what the heck, you know, what do I have to lose? And so I went to try out, and we just thought it was like for a really small part in a movie, didn't really know too much about it. And obviously I'd never even seen Alien at the time. And so we went, kept going for auditions and auditions and auditions. And then they called up and said, okay, it's between you and another girl in the States. We're going to fly Sigourney Weaver out and have you meet her. And I was like, oh my God, the girl? Oh, she was in Ghostbusters. That's so cool. I couldn't really concentrate on much of anything. And they called me like a week later and said we had the part, and just kind of went from there.
Well, you did a wonderful job. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, can you relate the story of towards the end of the film when you actually slide down that one chute and they lose you? That was actually a really fun time for you because
it was like a 4-story high slide, and there was like a huge, like, I don't know, mattress type thing at the end. So I was doing it, and I kind of would accidentally let go a couple times, and finally James Cameron came to me and he's like, Carrie, are you enjoying the slide? And I said, yeah. So he said, I got a deal for you. If you do it right, you can just go down it for like 45 minutes straight, whatever you want. I said, all right, let's go. And we did it, and I just kept running up and down and up and down and up and down. It was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. No, I also had the opportunity to meet Carrie Henn earlier in Germany, also, the same one that Rico and Jeanette were at. And what was really interesting to find out from Carrie is she related a story that essentially after filming Aliens, she went back to her school and she was bullied and just teased incessantly because of the fact that she was, which is horrible, you know. And for me, I was also bullied incessantly in Memphis, Tennessee, being the only Chinese kid in my school. And so I can feel, you know, I definitely can feel your pain. And it's just, it's horrible that other school kids would tease you because of the fact that you were a movie star, basically, you know?
Well, now as an adult, I realize they were just jealous.
That's it. Yeah.
But at the time, I was 10, and so I was in the 5th grade, and girls, they can be mean. I mean, just, you know, puberty hits, and they just kind of go at you. And if you're a little bit different than anyone else, they kind of hone in on that. So, to be honest with you, I kind of just blocked Aliens off. And I had lots of friends who didn't know anything about it. Like, when I went to college, none of my friends for 4 years knew anything about it until they did a People magazine article on me. And they brought it in and they're like, what the hell? You never told us about this? Oh my God. But you know, I mean, I was bullied, but it's life, and you know, you just kind of get over it. So.
Got you. You were 8 or how old were you?
I was 10 when the movie came out.
10 when the movie came out. When you were filming, you were...
I was 9.
9, okay. Were there any issues with traumatic issues of, as a 9-year-old with all the alien creature? I mean, you understood the difference between... It didn't scare you at all, correct? You were...
No, I have to say, everyone and everyone here, they were all really, really good. You know, I didn't touch the guns or do anything like that. The only thing that I have to say was a little bit traumatic was the slime.
The slime.
And it wasn't necessarily on set. It was afterwards. James Cameron offered to get us a hotel closer so I could clean up and wash up and then go back to our hotel. And my mom and I were like, no, we don't want any fuss, don't worry about it. We'll just go back to our hotel. And so we went back to the hotel, and I was in my costume with the slime, which took about 4 hours to get out of my hair. And I had a coat on with a hood up, and I walked into the elevator, and there must have been a ball or something going on at the hotel that day, so they were all like in tuxedos and everything. And so here I was standing there, and they all looked at me and just were like... So it felt... That was the most traumatic part, was I just felt...
It didn't come out easily at all.
I have no clue.
It's not good.
And even like the cocoon
Asbestos.
It was... But like the cocoon scene, you guys, since I was small, it was like a little hole, and I had to crawl through it and sit on this little thing. And I was scared to move because James Cameron said, this cannot break. Nothing can happen to this. We can only shoot this once. And I accidentally took a little part off with my finger. And I was terrified to say anything because I thought, oh my God, he's going to be so mad at me.
And was he?
Yeah, he never noticed.
Oh. I'm shocked about that. Doesn't he notice everything, guys? I mean,
You would think, I know. But I think it was like really, really tiny.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you very much.